What's for dinner?
Hey everyone, it's Friday. In our house that means it's Pizza Friday. So I am going to show you how we make our pizza with the 2-ingredient dough, which I've actually already shown you with the cinnamon roll recipe. So if you haven't seen that, I'll put the link to that recipe in the description for you. But yeah, this is the same dough. So I'll just show you how we roll out the dough and make it. And then I'll come back and show you what we top it with. So the first thing that you need is 1 cup of the Liberty Greek, the plain 0% yogurt. So you need 1 cup of that. It doesn't matter if it's the lactose free or not. That's all that the grocery store had, so that's why that is what we have right now. So 1 cup, and then 1 cup of flour. Now again, I use all-purpose white flour. You can use whole wheat as well, but I have 1 cup of white flour, and then 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And 1/2 teaspoon of salt. So that is your 2-ingredient dough recipe. So that if you have self-rising flour, you can use that in place of the baking soda and salt. So it's 1 cup self-rising flour to 1 cup yogurt. But because I don't ever have the self-rising flour on hand, I make it myself. So if you don't have it, then it's 1 cup of flour with 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Again, if you do have the self-rising flour, then you can use that as well. So that is the dough ingredients. So just give it a good mix. Now you want this to come to a good dough ball. If it isn't coming to a good dough ball, then just add a little bit of water until it does. If it feels too sticky, you can add a little bit more flour, but not too much. You don't want it to be over floured. So just get everything all mixed in there. And it is not coming to a ball like I would want it to, so I'm just going to add a tablespoon of water. Just a little bit, just to get it a bit damper. And then it will form a ball. It almost forms a ball instantly once you add the water. And again, keep in mind, once you add the water, it does get a little bit more sticky, so just make sure when you take this out of the bowl that you do flour your surface really well. So this dough is so versatile. You can make almost anything with it bread-wise. I've made dinner rolls, cinnamon buns, pizza bites, quesadillas, panzerottis, bagels. Bagels is actually another one I'm going to do a video on. So I've got my ball of dough now. So what you want to do is just flour your surface. Hopefully you can see here. And this recipe with the 1 cup is enough to make 2 pizzas out of. So 2 personal size pizzas, the one recipe makes enough for it. And for WW members, for counting points, the entire batch of it is 13 points, but when you split it into 2, it's 7 points. So it's 7 points for your pizza crust So just knead it a little bit like a dough, and then I'm just gonna cut it in half because I'm gonna get 2 out of this. And like I said, it's so versatile. You can make almost anything with this. I was actually talking last night with a couple friends about possibly seeing if we can incorporate the cracked slaw, which I did do another video on, and put it inside, roll it up, and make almost like a egg roll. I don't know how that would turn out because the dough is a bit thicker, but maybe that's something else I'll play around with. We'll see. And just make sure that your hands are floured because this dough can get really sticky. I find sometimes I over flour it, and my pizza, you can still see the flour on it, so just be careful not to over flour it as well. Alright, so I am just going to roll this out. And this would also make a really nice flatbread. Do a flatbread maybe with some grilled chicken, barbecue sauce, onions. Do a barbecue chicken pizza. Maybe that'll be something I can try next. Even a bruschetta would be great. That is something we could try. My pizza rolling skills are not the best, so we'll see how good of a circle we can get. If anybody's tried this recipe, let me know what other creations you came up with. I'm always up to trying something new, seeing what else there is. There's so many different variations that we find on Connect that it's great. All right, and again, you don't want to go too thin with this because it will break apart, because remember it is just yogurt, so it can break apart really easily. And I do pre-bake my pizza dough just so that it does get a little bit golden. I was pulling a bit. Just so it does get a little bit golden before I top it. And I will just put it onto a pizza tray. Shake any excess flour off. And then just kind of spread it as much as you can. Okay, and I am going to bake this. I'll pop this into the oven at 375, give or take depending on how hot your oven is. 375 I put mine at, and I do pre-bake it, say 10-15 minutes. I do it before it gets golden brown. I don't let it get too golden brown because you can overbake this very fast. And I've overbaked it and it tastes like cardboard. It's not good once you overbake it. You'll see that it turns almost like it looks like cardboard, literally. It goes brown like that. So it will overbake very fast. So I just pre-bake this at 375 for 10 to 15 minutes. Just watch it. It will start bubbling, like get air pockets in it, and then I'll take it out, and then I'll be back and I'll show you how we top it and just talk about the point count for the whole pizza. So I will be back once this is done pre-baking. We're back. So the pizza has now, or the crust has now baked. Just move me. So this is what it looks like once it's just pre-baked. It was bubbled up quite high, so it's not quite golden brown, but just about to get, so that's what I like to have it at. And then I'm going to top it with a 1/4 cup of Primo pizza sauce, and I'll show you the container in a second. And for a 1/4 cup, of the sauce, it's 3 points. If you want it less sauce on it, by all means, but that's a 1/4 cup. Just spread it around as much as you like on it. And this is actually, that's the one that we use. There is spicy and there is regular, and it's the same points for both. And again, a 1/4 cup for 3 points, and your crust is 7. And then I'm going to top it with, this is 30 grams of marble cheese, light marble cheese. This works out to be 2 points for the 30 grams. And this is honestly the best thing that I've invested in, is a scale. Cheese will go so much farther when you grate it, and it's by the gram. So 30 grams of light marble cheese, or partially skimmed mozzarella as well, you can use. And 30 grams will top this entire pizza. So it definitely goes a long way. Okay, and then we have, my husband likes the pepperoni, and this is per 30 grams, which is 10 slices. It is 3 points. And you can put whatever you want on this. Lots of veggies, whatever you prefer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 10 pepperonis. So again, that is 7 points for the dough, 3 points for the sauce, 2 points for the cheese, and then 3 points for the pepperoni. So we're at 15, 7, 3, 2, and 3, yeah, so 15 points. 15 points for a whole pizza. So I'm gonna pop this back in the oven just until the cheese is melted, and the crust will be a bit more golden brown. So maybe 10 minutes. Just watch it to make sure that it's not browning too much on the crust. But yeah, I will be back and show you the finished product. So we're back. The pizza is done. So again, that's the whole pizza. So 15 points for the pizza. So Friday nights we save our points to make sure that we have room for this, because this is our Friday night, our pizza night. So that's 15 points for that. If you wanted to serve a Caesar salad on the side and just eat half of this, Caesar salad, I believe mine works out to about 3 points. I'll double check, but I'm gonna work on that after. But yeah, give or take 3-4 points for your Caesar salad, as long as you're using the calorie-wise dressing. I don't add bacon to mine, so it's just some croutons, 2 tablespoons of croutons, romaine lettuce, the Parmesan and herb seasoning instead of grated cheese. That saves on your points, and then the calorie-wise Caesar dressing. So 3 points for your Caesar salad. If you have half of this pizza, it would be 7 points. So 10 points for your dinner for half of a pizza and Caesar salad. So it's a great meal. It's not too high in points, I don't find. And 15 points for an entire pizza for yourself. That's great if you're gonna have the whole thing. So yeah, let me know if you do try it. Let me know what you think. And again, you can make so much stuff with this dough. So I have posted another recipe for cinnamon rolls, and I will also be sharing my flatbread recipe, as well as bagels will be coming soon too. So stay tuned for those. Watch out for those videos. If you do like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you do want to be alerted of when I am putting out new videos, just hit the bell button and you'll get a notification when I do post new ones. If you are on Connect, my handle is @StitchinLindy, STITCHLINDY. And if you do follow on Fitbit, my handle on there is lindyweir@hotmail.com. Thank you for watching.